Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is September 2021. We are mostly in Concord, New Hampshire. Right now, this is Concord, New Hampshire. We're at Old North Cemetery, stopping by to pay our respects to Franklin Pierce, former president and New Hampshire legend. Just wanted to show a few Franklin Pierce things we stopped to see, including his final resting place. If you visit presidential burial sites, this one's real easy to find. Once you get into the cemetery, there's plenty of signs. You're not gonna miss this one, but you drive in, kind of drive sort of towards the back, look to your right. There's kind of a fenced off area, and he's there. And there are several sites, of course, to see relating to Pierce throughout New Hampshire, specifically throughout Concord. And I just wanted to mention a few of the big ones that we visited on this trip. Didn't have time to get into some of the secondary sites like churches and things like that. I wish we would have. But we hit some of the main ones. So if you're interested in President number 14, yeah, Concord's the place to go. And sadly, he's always ranked kind of at the bottom of the list as far as greatest presidents go. And I think that's kind of unfair and unfortunate. Very interesting fellow. He was friends with Nathaniel Hawthorne. Hawthorne could have written his life story. It's kind of dark. Anyway, yeah, and right here, we're actually walking. We just walked away from the State House in Concord. So that this is his last home. And it's walking distance from the State House if you're ever in that neck of the woods. There's some stairs left. You go up the stairs, and there's a little marker that this was his home, and this is where he passed away. But the house itself was burned by arsonists in, I believe, 1981. But the little plot of land and everything is still there. Kind of sweet that they've left that. Well, I guess the plot of land, I mean, it's kind of paved over a little bit, but you get the idea. And if you Google around about this, there's a story about Pierce being at this home when everybody got the news that Lincoln was assassinated. And there's a story attached to that. I'll let you Google it though, because I wanted to keep this video short. Beautiful city of Concord there, by the way, from that view. Wanted to mention too, we stopped at, there are basically two houses you can tour in this area associated with Franklin Pierce. We went to both. They have limited hours. However, one of them was closed the day we were going to be there, but I called them and they accommodated us. And that was the Franklin Pierce Manse in Concord, New Hampshire, which I just showed you some video from the outside of it. They don't allow video or photos inside, so unfortunately all I got was that little bit of video I showed you just a moment ago. But that was the Franklin Pierce Manse in Concord, and they were very sweet. We enjoyed having that visit. But what you're looking at right now, the photos, that's from the Franklin Pierce homestead, and that's in Hillsborough, New Hampshire. We had wonderful tours of both of these places. They're both definitely worth going to. And kind of limited on what they allow as far as photos and videos go, but I took a few pictures here kind of on the outside area. We had great tours of both places, great tour guides, both have great gift shops. We loved both of these places. And Hillsborough's maybe half an hour, I think, from Concord, so it's a little bit out. But yeah, we wanted to stop and see all of the Franklin Pierce sites we could squeeze in. And so, yeah, there's four that I've mentioned on this video that we got to hit. So, both places champion Franklin Pierce and talk about how his rumors of his drinking and that sort of thing are overrated, but he still had kind of a rough life and a rough presidency.